blacked on her brows, and I have a little bit of highlight color underneath. And what I'm just doing with my brush, the same brush I used, is that I'm trying to pull down that highlight color to the rest of her lid, just to create like a base for me to work. That's the Milani Secret Cover in Honey, 03 Honey. I'm doing that on both sides. Doing the same thing. For crease, I'm using this really warm brown. This brown from my Sleek Contour Palette. It's actually supposed to be a powder, but I like how it looks when I use it for shadow. I'm just using that as my transitioning color right in our crease. Just starting right at the edge of it and going all the way into her nose contour. Just right there. And flicking it out just a bit at the edge so that it keeps the almond shape of the eyes. Just going back and forth like that. And I'm rolling my brush so that it's not like I just slapped on color in that place. I'm doing the same on the other side. And I'm using this blending brush from Mud. It's the 800S. Just flicking it out at the edge, going all the way to the nose contour, just to create that depth in that area. Over that, I'm going with this black opal dark brown, like chocolate brown eyeshadow. It's called Fudge. And I'm using a smaller blending brush because I want a bit more precision. And this is the 810, also from Mud. So I'm just placing it right there into the outer corner and flicking it right out, just a bit. Just shading it, and I'm connecting into my transition color so that there is a transition. I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm just taking a little bit on my brush, not like globs of color. And my motions are pretty short movements. I'm not, because I've done the face, I don't want to have fallouts all over the face. So I'm using really short strokes. For the rest of her lid, I'm using again the Bourjois. I don't know how to pronounce that. Somebody should help me. I probably will learn how to pronounce it before the next class. It's next video. It's Color Edition 24R. It's a cream. It's a beautiful cream eyeshadow. And I'm just going to place the color on her lid. And I'm doing the press and slide. I'm putting the eyeshadow and sliding it down. It has a bit of glitter in it, and what putting it and spreading down does is that it brings out the luster in eyeshadow, and then it keeps it on pretty, like it fuses to the skin, so it's not moving all over the place. Any form of glitter eyeshadow will be good for this, just to create that bright eye effect. eyeshadow and slightly rolling my brush over, pulling the lid up so that I can get really close to the lashes as much as possible. I'm just slightly rolling my brush over into the upper eye contour, and then I can go over with my fluffy blending brush that I use just to finish up that top so that it looks more blended. Just want to add a bit more to the center of the eye so that it pops. Doing the same on the other side. Just pressing and sliding over. This eyeshadow is so beautiful. It catches the light so beautifully. I hope you guys can see that. The thing with this eyeshadow is that you have to use in bits, so that you don't have clumps. I think it's like that with most cream eyeshadows. It's important to just use it a little bit so that you don't come off with clumps. Okay, looking nice. Then I'm just going to blend to the top. And feel free to use your fingers if you think that there's anything that you need to put together anywhere. Okay, so our eyeshadow is done. I'm just going to go ahead and fix the liner right now. And this is my really tiny liner brush from Mod 2. It's number 210S. And I'm using the Sleek gel liner. The ink pot in Dominatrix. It's quite black. So I'm just going to line. I like to do the liner in really short strokes. It gives me a lot of control. And then I like to pull the lid up a little bit so that I can get as close to the lash line as possible. And just take a little bit more product. I like to use gel eyeliner because it gives me a lot of control, as opposed to liquid liners. Open your eyes for me. Now I'm going to do her wing, and I like to do the wing with the eye open so that I know exactly where it goes. Just going to draw that stroke. Close your eyes, please, and then I'll connect into the rest of the line that I've done, and then fill in any gaps. And we'll do the same thing on the other side, pretty much. Pretty much the same thing, just put in the liner. One of the issues that a lot of people get with eyeliner is that it dries quickly in the pot and therefore doesn't go over so well. Doesn't look good when you're applying it. The trick to combat that is to take the eyeliner you want to use, the quantity you want to use, and put on the back of your hand, and then close your eyeliner pot and put it away for the while until you need to take more products from it. So that way you can ensure that you keep your eyeliner pot. Please open your eyes for me. I need to keep it moving. Yeah. Close your eyes. That way you can ensure that you don't have so much air going into your product, because it is air that dries out the eyeliner. A lot of people have issues balancing eyeliner. Just don't try to do like the whole eye at once. Small strokes and you're good. And it takes a lot of practice. I'm still getting better at this, so you definitely will get better at it. Let me just add a little bit more on the other side so that I have balance. Cut off a bit for me. Thank you. Just to line her waterline. I'm lining her waterline, but I'm going to bleed over just a little bit, which I will. And then you want to take a breath like it. Okay, you do. Same on the other side. I'm just letting it come over the waterline just a little bit. And then I'm going to use a smaller brush, look for me, just to smoke that out slightly. Just on the sides, I'm going to let it retain the thinness in the front parts of it. Now it's time to add black. Yeah, smoke it out. So I'm using this Ingot Pure Pigment eyeshadow in 87. It's an eye dust. Now you see where the fold of the eye meets this the eyeliner is where I'm going to put the black, and I'm just going to place it there, just right there, just here. And to let it meet with the liner, just like that. And do the same thing on the other side. And I'm going to give my brush a quick wipe and then come back with it. Just blend so that I have that smoky, smoked out effect without adding too much black. For a bit of a transition, I'll go back with the brown eyeshadow I used to just give it a connect. And do the same on the other side. Nice and clean. Okay, voila. If you find a bit of fallout, just because look up for me. And I'm just going to do this, just wipe it off. Yeah. So eyes done, now to lashes. I'm using Ardell lashes in Claudia. But before that, I'm just going to apply a bit of mascara. So now that's the natural lashes. She has beautiful lashes. Same thing on this side. And then I'm going to do the under lower lash. So for my lashes, like I said, I'm using the Adele lashes in Claudia, and I'm using Duo Lash Brush On Lash Glue. I'm just brushing the glue onto the lashes until like an abundance of the glue, because I don't want my glue lifting at the edges. I'm going to put that down to dry for a bit so that the glue gets tacky. I'm going to do the same for the other lash. And to put that down to dry. So, not dry, just get tacky enough to use. Let's go down for me. I'm going to fix in the middle part. And then align the rest of the lashes. Okay, that. I'm going to let that dry before doing anything to it. I'm going to go to the other side and do something like that. Naturally, I would use my tweezers, but I can't find them anywhere. This glue dries colorless, so whatever mess you see right now, you will see again no longer. Okay, guys, good. You're good. Very good. Okay, great. So this side looks like it has dried for a bit. I'm just going to go over the tips of it with mascara. So that it looks, fuller. And the same here. Just a bit of mascara on the tips. I'm just going to run my fingers in order to take away any excess on the lashes. Okay, guys, please. Okay, straight. And that's the complete eye look for. I don't want you to open your eyes too much, just too much. And that's the complete eye look for the girls ladies night out look. What we did was to first of all do the corners of the eyes with the transition color, and then we went in with a darker brown, and then I applied the shadow, a glittery shadow, to the lids, and then we used a slick gel liner in black to give her this lovely cat eyes, and then filled the corners with a little smoke, lined the under eyes, and then went over with lashes and mascara, and done.